Hey, welcome to Tenniszon's channel. Today we're talking about grips. It's the second video on grips. On the first video, we're showing you how to install them. Now we're going to show you how to choose them.
Please take your seats quickly, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, folks, so today we're going to show you the difference between a grip and an overgrip. As simple as it looks, the cushion grip or the basic grip will go on the wood of the racket or directly on the racket itself, and the overgrip will go on top of it. Now, why would you choose between a grip and an overgrip? Regular players, competition players like to use the overgrip on top of it because the overgrip will be a lot more stickier than the regular grip. Will also be a lot more absorbent than the regular grip, but the regular grip will last a lot longer. But when it comes to competition, sometimes in between sets or even on the bench, you are able to actually switch your overgrip to have a very fresh one on your court. So this is why people will usually go for the overgrip after a while. Now, how do you pick those grips? This is the most important question. There are two things you need to consider when picking a grip. First of all, the thickness of the grip. And second of all, if it's either sticky or absorbing. On the first thing, when talking about the thickness, this will make the difference between how much will you feel your racket and how much will you feel your ball and how comfortable it will be, Now, the more comfortable you are, the less feeling you have. Remember about what we talked about vibrations in the other videos? This is pretty much the same thing here, guys. If you have a grip that's a lot more cushiony, a thicker grip, for example, that one, you see you have two cushion grips here, but if I put them side by side, you're gonna have one that's definitely thicker than the other one. Now, this is one of the thinnest grip on the market. This one is one of the thickest. The XL gel, for example, at Babolat has a gel pad inside, which makes it very comfortable, but will absorb all the vibrations, so we'll remove a lot of the feeling of the racket. Good for the rackets under 300 grams, 280 when you have a lot of vibrations emanating for it. Now those grips are a lot thinner, a lot preferred by competition player, not necessarily the skin feel, but the thinner grip mean that you have a better sensation on your racket and a better feel as well on what's going on. So you can choose between thin or thick for that matter. Third thing, but not the least, this is what people consider the most. It's basically absorption versus stickiness or tackiness. See, one thing here, you don't want anything to be sticky. You don't want your grip to be sticking to your hand. You need it to move around, so you want something tacky. Tacky is very important, and usually tacky grips will have silicone in it, which makes it very good. Actually, very good if you have a dry hand. If you have a wet hand or a sweaty hand on a surface that's very sticky or tacky, it will actually slide, which is terrible. In that case, you're going to go with the absorbent grip. Now, those grips have been on the market for as long as I can think about. Turner grip, everybody knows those grips. Pete Sampras has been using them. Even I guess he's been using a copy of that, but it's basically the same thing. Very, very absorbing. If you're going for absorbing though, you're going to touch it as feel. It's very, very much a dry feel. It doesn't feel sticky at all, but know that the more you're going to sweat on it, the more it's going to stick on your hand. All right, thank you guys. It was all for today. This was the second video on grip. I remind you that we did the first one on how to install a grip. So now that you picked it, if you want to learn how to install it, I suggest you go watch that video. Until then, see you next time.